LPT. Everyone can benefit from even light weightlifting. Muscle mass is vital to a long and healthy life. Start with cans of beans if you have to just do something. Body weight exercises are perfectly adequate as well. I just implore you to do something or else you'll regret it down the road. If you have the means and the space, a simple squat bench rack with a bench and barbell with 100 lb weight set is all you need to get started at home. Of course, you can go to the gym and have much more equipment if that's more your jam as well.
Feel like eating the beans would do more.
Yeah, and you can also use water bottle as weight.
Your injured spine would feel better if it had muscles to support it.
Any tips for those with tennis elbow?
I am full on board with this, and it's taken me a lot to get going and overcome bizarre, unusual hurdles along the strongly recommend everyone find something. Doesn't necessarily have to be stereotypical weights, and learning some different movement, body philosophies to find your way through whatever is getting in the kinda shocking how important this is in so many levels of life.
Proper form is everything. I thought my tennis elbow was preventing me from doing crucial workouts when it was just a matter of tucking in the arms.
Doing literally the bare minimum will yield results if you are starting from a couch potato. Don't even need to try in the gym, just hit the main muscle groups doing a comfortable weight and just enjoy the movements for a couple of months.
Weightlifting releases endorphins. These endorphins eliminate stress, depression, and worry. They also help release pain and induce pleasure, regulating your not a cure. The majority of clinical trials show exercise significantly reduced depression symptoms.
I always think about it this way. Our bodies are made for movement from the hunter and gatherer days and not for sitting in an office job or whatever. Since I started to be more active again, I have way less problems with my knees and back.
There have been studies that have shown that this can actually help with bone strength later in life.
Yup. It's also super easy to convert, as 1 liter of water is 1 kilogram.
I am obese and I did not feel I could do this. Half a year of working out later, I can walk further and longer. I can do so many daily things better. It started with no longer having pain when walking upstairs to recently being able to walk steps in a day. I have lost 10 kilos, but mostly I just have so much more energy. I cannot recommend starting a workout program enough. And I can't wait to see what I'll be able to do in even another 6 months.
Take a look at all of the older folks and adults almost there in your life, folks. You'll notice a stark contrast in physical and mental health, as well as recoverability, in those who were active in life and those who weren't.
Agree. It doesn't even have to be much. For me, I know that it feels so much better all around if I do at least 10 minutes of online yoga videos every day. It's not weight loss, it's not exhausting strenuous workouts, half the time I don't even get sweaty, but there's something about doing even a tiny amount of stretching and body weight strength exercises that spills over into a higher quality of life all around.
I have been weightlifting on and off for the past 20 years and I love it. Unfortunately, after an injury I couldn't really exert myself as much as I wanted to. I eventually started doing yoga to help with my tightness, and now it's my new favorite way to work out. It's surprisingly challenging and really fun. Eventually, when I get back into the full swing of things, I'll be incorporating a couple yoga days in my workout mix. I say all this to say, get out there and do something. Anything. Being dormant is not an option.
Weightlifting increases bone density.
I do push-ups every day. Just this short exercise gets me to feel way better.
And if you don't see progress after 2 days, start taking anabolic steroids.
Subscribe to Gov Schwarzenegger's emails every morning. Called the Daily Pump, it's an incredibly useful resource for not only weightlifting information but mental well-being as well.
Heck yeah, the energy gain when losing weight is so great. Better sleep as well. Keep kicking.
Besides, it is a disgrace to grow old through sheer carelessness before seeing what manner of man you may become by developing your bodily strength and beauty to their highest Socrates.
I've seen a lot of old people. I've seen a lot of people. But I never see a lot of old people. Source. I've worked in since a lot of people are seeing this. I want to make a PSA. It is never too late to start losing weight. Even if you lose 5 pounds that is 5 pounds less that is stressing your vital organs and joints. Everyone starts small and somewhere. If you ever need motivation or tips, feel free to DM me. Always be smarter, faster, or stronger day by day. Biceps.
This is true, but the issue is when your depression is so bad that simply existing is exhausting and getting out of bed at all is a Herculean task. You can't do the things that might make you feel better. On an executive function level, it's not possible. Which is one of the most frustrating things about depression. Not being able to do the things that you enjoy and make you feel better.
Yeah, in of cases, if a person saw an orthopedic physician, they would be prescribed physical therapy in conjunction with other treatments. That physical therapist, under the direction of the physician, is going to find appropriate movements for your situation. Your long-term bad back or knees, whatever. They will not prescribe, avoiding all use and only take medication. I'm aware some folks have incredibly serious and/or incredibly painful situations, but my point of appropriate intensity movement is nearly always recommended, even for those in pain, stands.
Needed this today. So much fitness advice I've gotten is so weight loss focused, and while I'd love to lose some weight, that's been a really unpleasant and unhealthy mindset for me in the past. But working out to give myself more energy and not dying when climbing stairs. Absolutely more attainable as a goal.
For anyone out there concerned with how long getting into shape might take, I will attest it can take a long time. But even the journey can be satisfying. In my early 20s, I was basically in constant pain. Tons of problems with my arms and hands, low back as well. I had slowly given up on various forms of working out because strange pains would creep up and I didn't know how to deal with them. I put all my effort into running, thinking that was enough. But, my back pain and peg tightness 23, I couldn't carry grocery bags, I threw out my back, and was losing weight from an uninformed vegetarian diet. Not enough protein sources. People were asking if I was okay because I was getting skinny, so throwing out my back really brought things to a tipping point. Either my life would be an unending or I'd do whatever was necessary to fix my body. 7 years later, and after regressing my training 2 to 3 times, I wake up every day feeling great. I didn't know I could wake up without a headache. My body is functional, and I feel like I can actually go out and do fun things now. I went hiking for the first time in years a month ago. It was you're thinking about starting to work on your physical health, but are worried about the effort and time. Don't be. It's worth it, and you'll be surprised at how nice the progress feels along the way.
I think another misconception is you have to make lifting your lifestyle. You don't. I started 9 months ago twice a week for 30 minutes. I still lift twice a week, but I do about 40 minutes now. I was mainly focused on strengthening my back. The results are amazing. My back pain is gone. Yeah, I kinda wish I had the body of some of the gym rats. But I don't compete with them. I only compete with myself.
The obesity paradox is explained by muscle mass. BMI doesn't distinguish between the people don't die less, heavier people die less. It's muscle keeping them alive.
Yeah, with all compassion for people's issues, pretty much always you are hurting yourself by not finding something. There's a real head game element to this, and whilst you have to overcome that, doing anything will immensley help. Was about to say I hadn't overcome anything that intense compared to overt injuries, but then I realized, wait, there was a point years ago now where I could barely walk, very limited distances, eat, sleep, lie down without getting nauseous, use my hands, multiple ongoing mystery injuries. Was seriously story is a bit too complicated to go into here, but there's a real element where I let multiple ongoing, and very serious, things build a story where nothing worked that put my eating and exercise habits in really bad places, and kept me there for far longer than I should stayed, due to that belief system. The fact it got instilled by seemingly reality doesn't get a free pass or justify the unnecessary time, and still don't know how I got out of that, but I highly recommend enjoying, appreciating and maintaining your physical body. Having to fight for every scrap is a great way of doing this, but it comes with a lot of suffering that is strictly optional, even if hitting rock bottom is the way a lot of people do. But I'm very surprised. But it's not that surprising really, to discover recently as I am fixing up my nutrition that the insanely maladaptive behaviors I fell into during that time did have a hidden logic to them. They were totally broken, but I have to give it to myself that even in the darkest what I came up with was still attempting to resemble good habits. nutrition, macro balance, despite clearly being absolutely terrible. I highly recommend following one's own wisdom in conjunction with being informed by mainstream knowledge.